I went from afraid to try to 30 days later, a customer who bought Book Tracker Pro hiring me to build custom Audible templates. And another person who also bought Book Tracker Pro saying to me, "Your notes are so beautiful that you've done in this product. Can you make my notes look that way too?" The secret? Well, make something amazing and they'll come to you. I'm going to be showing you how I did this in Cursor, but everything that I am doing can be done in ChatGPT, particularly if you add files and use web search tools. And it can also be done in Claude. However, I live in Cursor, and you might be looking at Cursor curiously and immediately feeling like you can't do this because you don't code and this is gobbledygook. I'll tell you straight, I am not a developer. There is a process for learning, and the first step is knowledge, but not what you're thinking. You don't have to go read a bunch of books. You simply need to give knowledge to your AI agent. Here in Cursor, it allows me to add folders to my workspace. This is my Obsidian vault. 0 for Basket, Foundry, Studio, and so on. Here is the codex. I have documentation for all of the things that I want to learn. I wanted to learn how Obsidian works more deeply so that I could build cool products for it, including Web Clipper and Basis. Here are all the help files for Obsidian's Web Clipper. It's an extension, which makes it easy to clip web pages into your Obsidian vault. Here's Bases. And when the bases came out, I knew I wanted to do cool things with them. However, bases are very boring unless you have notes that you can actually show in your base. Like this note, which I clipped from Goodreads, and every note that comes into Book Tracker Pro has spaces with predefined sections like reflections and review. And it also pulls in all of the information about the book. And as I was building out Book Tracker Pro, I knew I wanted this really cool base. I also knew that I wanted my base to have banners which were interchangeable. I knew I wanted to use icons, progress bars, and ratings. But it was completely overwhelming to figure out how I would do all that. Cursor is a place where you can work with files and folders. My Obsidian Vault is also a series of folders with files in them. And for example, understood that this introduction to Obsidian Web Clipper is a markdown file that can be seen here in Obsidian or here on the Obsidian web page. Now my agent can see all of these files, everything in this entire folder or any other folder. So the first step I did to become a pro and get that client was I imported knowledge. I have created a document here that allows the model to know exactly how we got this information in the first place. If it's a new chat, it will not remember. So I use documentation as its basic brain. A lot of people say that their vaults are their second brains. I'd say the vault is my agent's brain. It keeps everything that I need to run my business in one place that the agent can scan through and get just the information it needs, like, hey, when did I create those good read templates? Okay, so we're all good, right? All we need to do is to bring document into the vault or upload it to ChatGPT or Claude, and then just ask it to build you a web clipper template, right? It's that easy, right? Not really, because the next step is to describe to the model what it is that you want. Agents lack something that most humans have in spades, and that is creativity. An agent could perhaps build you a rudimentary web clipper template, but it would be just that. It would be rudimentary, as opposed to something like this YouTube template that I built here with the agent helping me, that has all kinds of neat little features in it. It has a little video details and the duration. It has a little thumbnail here, and you can click on this. It'll take you right to the YouTube video. And here's a place for you, which I've already done, to fill in key takeaways. When this is clipped, the key takeaways are empty. So you can, of course, read the transcript or listen to the video and fill them in as you go. Tags and aliases are empty and are filled in later on by you, or if you'd like to have an agent do that for you as well. And here's the entire transcript. And if you'd like to have this template and you'd like to have the base that I created that goes with this, it's a very simple little base with a little watch button here. And you can point it at any folder to show any different YouTube videos that you would like. If you would like this, there's a link in the pinned comment and the description below. But what really led me to a paid client is that Book Tracker Pro and the accompanying notes that I built with the web clipper templates, the agent and I built together, they were beautiful and creative as well as functional. So all of Book Tracker Pro has a color scheme that goes all the way throughout. You can see colors here on the edge of this call out, and that they are different down here, and reflections and review. And they also follow through into the base itself. There is a complete color scheme that I gave an image of to the agent. And when we began the building process, I said, I want all of the Book Tracker Pro, everything that we're building, to look like this. And this brings me to the next step of becoming a pro, and that is get curious. So the dream that we all have in the AI space is that we sit back and we just say to a model, build me an amazing book tracker based thing, and have some web clipper templates, and I'll just, here's the knowledge, here you go, have at it. You might get a base for sure, and you would get a web clipper template. It probably wouldn't work, but it would be simple and basic. But if you want something that's beautiful, this is where the fun is. Because if the client had come to me and said, can you build me those templates? And I went, oh, I don't know. In my head, I'm thinking, well, I guess I could ask my agent to build those templates. No. When the client asked me whether I could build those templates, I said yes with confidence because I knew for a fact that I could. And I knew that because I knew what I was talking about, because I spent the days not just building the template, but learning how it all worked. At first, when I started looking at web clipper templates, my eyes glazed over. Again, I had that sense of fear that maybe some of you out there listening to this can understand, that you look at something and you're just like, I don't know what that is. How do you read this? I can read this now. There's nothing in this entire template that I don't understand what it does. I know what schema mean. I know what a selector is. I know what a name, value, and type is. And the reason why is because I got curious. If you had told me I was going to be, not only when bases came out, within a few hours, able to make a base that had these beautiful colored icons, this was literally the first base that we made. And we made it because I gave it all of the information, the agent, all the information about bases. And I said, what all can this do? And then I said, as I read along, I said, oh, I see something here about icons. Can you add icons? Yes, I can. What kind of icons? Well, there are Lucid icons. What are Lucid icons? Well, here's where you can look up and see more of these types of icons. And once I understood all of the different types of icons that were available, like this arrow down icon, an arrow up icon, and how to make them appear in the vault. And I did some Googling and found out that you could do so using SVG code, which of course the model was able to reproduce. And then I found the GitHub that includes all of the Lucid icons here. And from there, I was able to start getting creative. Well, what could we do with these? The way that you become a pro in the age of AI is to use your brain to be creative with your questions. The creativity comes not just in your vision, but in your questions. I just really want you to get this here. If you're sitting around with a dream that AI can just create it for you and go on about your day, you're not going to get anywhere. And even if you do try and take on a client, you may very well not be able to deliver with confidence what it is they need. It is through the knowledge that you gain that is what allows you to become marketable. So once I had my initial web clipper built that looks very similar here, I had given it to the agent. The agent and I had worked together to learn how it works, and I had asked creative questions and also thought creatively about what I wanted. So at this point, you understand that we give the model knowledge, that you think creatively, and most importantly, you ask creative questions. But the next step is to use imagery to take everything again to a next level. I gave the model an image of a color scheme, which it converted into actual numbers that it could use. The most powerful thing beyond giving the model markdown files or some other way of getting information is to give it images. Here's the quickest way that I do it. For example, I see something like this base and I want to know how they did it. Well, I could ask them here in Reddit, but I often prefer to just snip. I'm going to do this in Windows. Shows the snip key here, and I'm just going to select this, and I'm going to give it as an image. Now, the image allows the bridge between the agent and my world to meet together. Give the model actual images of what it is you're trying to build. In Cursor, an agent has access to a browser. That can allow the agent to be able to see any web page, which was really helpful when this feature came online for me in the middle of when I was building out web clipper templates. But before I had access to this browser, internal browser feature, I used screenshots. So this is the page here in my normal browser, and giving Cursor an idea of what I wanted or what I wanted to pull from the page, and just grab the part of the page that I wanted, and that would immediately put it into my copy paste. And you do that with screenshots, or if you need to show it something from real life, just take a picture of it and toss it in. Now, we all know that we can give pictures to models, but I don't think enough people connect that you can do that to build with the model and that it elevates the building experience. It makes basically a picture is worth 1,000 words. The entire process for building Book Tracker Pro for me was very simple. I built what I felt would be the most enjoyable and beautiful reading experience for Obsidian. And at each point when I felt afraid and I felt like, I can't do this, I can't build these web clipper templates, this is too much, I don't even know what all this stuff is, I just went and got knowledge and got curious, and the fear over time disappeared. Now I can build web clipper templates for any site, and I learn more every time I build a new template. I did a complete breakdown of Book Tracker Pro and all of its many features in this video, which is on screen right now.